too late. So, what an amazing idea from Eco House, right?
Yeah, that was a really good presentation.
Yeah. So, the next team here, they're here to empower Thailand's youth with a platform to encourage the youth to initiate, collaborate, and to tackle large problems together with a platform.
Please give a round of applause for Youth Power.
Wait.
Hello, students, parents, teachers, sponsors, and our panel of judges. My name is Oi.
My name is Gun.
I'm Ryu.
And I'm Matthew, and together we are Youth Power. So first of all, I'd like to start us all off by talking about the question and the problem, and that's what we're trying to solve. So, next slide. So basically, one of the problems that we see a lot is that a lot of young people have great ideas, but their ideas aren't taken seriously because of the age gap and because of the culture, where it's seen as, like, you kind of do what you're told by your boss or by, someone that's older than you. So your concerns or other things might not always be taken seriously. So for example, when I was interning over the summer, I saw a lot of, I was interning at a law firm, and I saw a lot of junior lawyers that had good points, but they were kind of shot down by the senior lawyers because they saw it as like, it's just the junior lawyers talking, it's not like a big deal, nothing to be concerned about. So we hope to solve this problem by connecting children or other young people directly together so that they can get around this problem.
And from my personal experience, I see this problem with Thailand's education system, like specifically with the inequity in educational opportunities. So I started my own teaching project, but I wanted to do more. And so I went around asking adults and universities, but the only response I got was that you are too young. And so I went back home and I wanted to start another project, but then I realized I needed a team, and I wanted a team of people who would have the same passion and interest and also determination as me, but it wasn't the easiest thing to do. Like, I'm lucky to have found this team, but some of you may not yet, so yeah.
So what we're offering and what our services are basically a website to help connect children across Thailand or young people across Thailand to other young people with similar interests and the same passion so that they can work together on a project. We also plan to have workshops in the future to help teach the children or the young people the soft skills that they need in order to make it in the 21st century, as times are changing faster and faster, and you need a new set of skills going forward. You can't inherit the company from your parents and keep running it like they've been doing it. You need to adapt to the new global environment. Oh, and we also plan to have social networks that allow children to connect with each other and also to give them exposure that they need in order to get their projects out there so that they can actually be taken seriously and maybe get picked up by someone with a similar idea that could help guide them.
So here is our website, which is our main platform. Our website has three main functionalities, which is one is to organize a project and to also find opportunities and also to raise funds. Here is our website's homepage. As you can see on top, we're on home, and keep going on the tabs. There's find a project, create a project, workshops, and crowdfunding, which we'll talk about later, and contacts, and also a login. As you can see, login is used for members to identify themselves, so we can have an entire system set up for those members. So I will begin with, I'll go back and begin with creating a project. So from my personal experience, in my capstone project, I taught these 5th grade students about all they need to know about basic computer fundamental skills about coding. Now, unfortunately, I don't have all the time. I have school and I have different things to do, and I can't just go back and teach them more things. So me personally, I wanted to find a team who can help continue and teach these students more advanced coding knowledge, but I couldn't. So if I was in my position back then and this platform existed, I would be clicking on creating a project. I'll put down all of the location, what I want to do, members, and all the details related to my project. And then people would sign up, and then if they're interested, they can join and contact me and anything. So then they would find me on this page called Find a Project. So people can use our search function, you can see on the top right, to see whichever projects call your inner passion. So for example, on here we have two categories, projects in education and projects in refugees. And we also have a contact page just for anything. Yeah.
And so for raise funds, once you have created a project, you may need crowdfunding services in order to help pay for the project. So we would have a basic crowdfunding site like Kickstarter or GoFundMe. So we'll have some things you have to fill out to make sure you're not a scam. So it's details like who you are, who you're sending the money to, what's your goal, what are you going to do with the money, stuff like that. And also, we'll be taking 5% of all income donations.
And as for workshops, we'll be doing things like building skills for the 21st century and like the speech that was just given, and just learning how to build projects, whether that be through design thinking or just collaborating, and learning about problems in Thailand in general. And these are things that are not taught in normal classrooms, and it is also something the government is wanting to do. And if you read the 4.0 model or the Thailand's 20-year national strategy, it specifically says that they want to equip young people with the necessary skills for the future. Yeah.
So we are also aware that mostly if someone were to come into our website, it would be either to create a project or to find a project that they already want to help with. But what if you aren't necessarily looking to help a project, but you could if you had saw it? So we have social media platforms available so that if you have created a project and you want to get it out there, you can put it on social media to gain attention as well. And also, we will be having our own social media accounts and have a team of curators who will find projects that we deem are either influential or have potential to be influential, and we'll post them on our social media pages as well.
So we have three main categories of customers, shall we say. So the first of all would be students. So there's about 20 million students total in Thailand in various programs, all the way up from elementary to college to different vocational schools across the country. And the Thai education system is it can be poor in certain parts, and a lot of them, they have great ideas, they don't know how to implement them. So we're hoping to reach out to them and provide them with the services that they need to get their ideas off the ground and to get the skills that they need to survive in this adapting economy. Our next one would be entrepreneurs, so people who want to maybe have an idea, they need help finding a team, need help assembling, their work so that they can get their project off the ground too. And our third one would be mentors, who we are hoping would step forward to, help provide education to the youth of tomorrow and share about their own personal experiences and what they can bring to the table and maybe guide them in a direction to help get their project into a place where it is, running by itself and they don't need to step in anymore.
And for our goals, we're hoping to help young people escape from the cycle of not being able to do as much. So for example, if you take this girl as an example, she wants to start a new project, but she can't spread the project, she doesn't have a team, she doesn't have the funding necessary for it, so she fails. And then there's another guy who wants to join a project, but he can't find opportunities for it. So yeah, but with Youth Power, they can come together and do great things together.
So our hope is that we can train children and young adults to be more innovative thinkers, social-minded citizens, and team players and leaders that will help bring Thailand into the next generation and bring it out of where it is now, the largely agrarian and industrial economy, into a more services-based economy and help improve the standard of living across the nation.
So what makes us so special? One thing is that our target is mainly of the youth. So if your age is 15 to 25 and you have a good project that you want to implement, it may be hard to do that if you're competing with everyone of all age ranges. So what we're hoping to do is to get young people with great ideas to kind of join together and build a project. And another thing is our mission is to turn dream projects into reality. So unlike Facebook or Reddit, where people with similar passions can come and talk with each other, we're planning to put that into a next step. So people with similar goals and ideas can join together and build a product that goes above and beyond just normal passions and talking about things.
And for our plan, we'll first launch our website along with our social networks, and we'll also be selling merchandise like shirts and hats just to spread our word around. And then we'll be sending representatives to schools around Thailand to spread our project and also promote through social networks. And then meanwhile, we'll be organizing youth power workshops like the one we explained before. And also, we're hoping to organize a youth power expo or exposition where project organizers and just young people can come and connect together. Yeah.
So our current plan is to start mostly in Thailand because we're familiar with the culture and we already live here. So it's already kind of, familiar to us. So we hope to start in the city where it's more densely populated, maybe, Bangkok, Pattaya, Chiang Mai, places where there's more of a large urban center. And then as as interest grows, to hope spread out across the country and become a household name in Thailand for children or youth looking to expand their projects. Thank you. We'll now be taking questions.
Thank you. I love your slides. It's really pretty. From a personal point of